the last for this episode is the Phoenix Suns. Interesting things
Our
going on
favorite
in
owner.
Phoenix right now. Just seen here on the right most of the screen, the owner's having some problems and looks like he could be on the way out. I'm not sure if it's gonna affect the players, but similar to what how Milwaukee was, their finals opponent a couple of years ago. Phoenix didn't make a lot of changes as well, other than maybe JaVale's not there anymore. I don't see any major changes here in Phoenix.
I think the biggest change here will be Saric coming back. Maybe that's the reason they were able. They're okay. I guess we're not gonna be question. We don't have to talk about the starting five. As we
Yeah,
said, this starting five is as sure as we can be about any starting five.
yeah.
Even the bench, the Cameron Payne, Landry Shamet, Cam Johnson bench, Dario Saric, and Biombo. That's clear as daylight that that's gonna be the 10 players in the rotation. So question is maybe can Saric be again his old self and maybe
When
get
was
more
that?
minutes from
That
Crowder?
was what,
What?
Philadelphia days.
No, in Phoenix he was okay. I mean he was fine. I'm not saying his fantasy. I'm not saying his fantasy relevant, but in real life sense that maybe he gets more minutes than Crowder, or maybe he gets some backup minutes instead of Biombo. So that's the only thing maybe you can think about here in Phoenix.
Yeah, but fantasy wise though, I think this team is what, 4, 5 man deep, I guess.
Paul,
Five,
Booker,
five. I
Mikal,
think five.
Aiton, and Cam
Yeah,
and Cam Johnson. Yeah,
Cam
I think five,
over
five.
J, right? Cam over J Crowder.
Yeah.
So 5 man deep. Any player you think will surprise? This could be the shortest depth chart analysis that we'll have. I don't think there's anyone.
Cam Johnson.
Is he still going to be
No,
a
Cam
surprise?
Johnson.
Last year
I, I,
he was good already.
um, I think he's still gonna be a surprise. In our slow draft, he went
Well,
126. I know,
true.
132. 132.
He's
And
been
then in our
going
draft,
there.
in my draft, he went around lower than that even. So I think that's very, very low. He's actually a little
All right.
sleeperish already at that position.
Now that you mentioned it, I just thought of. Do you think Cam Johnson is going to be better than Clay Thompson?
No, no, no. Clay Thompson?
Yeah.
No, no,
No,
no.
given
I
the
don't think.
Clay could miss some games, and we've talked about him regressing a bit.
Yeah, but even with that, Cam Johnson himself still is a bench player. I mean, he's gonna average 25 minutes, 24 minutes. So he's not really gonna go to 33 minutes, 34 minutes.
Unless
So
an injury here.
yeah, unless an injury happens. And we
What
we
happened
we
last year? I
maintain.
forgot. I couldn't remember what happened last year. I think he scored what, 40, 50 in a game,
Yeah,
and
I
then
think
he
there was
got
a game where
injured.
he yeah, there was a game where he I think he had the game winner also. And
But
then
was there anyone injured there?
he got injured after that game.
No, but
He
before
after
that,
that so that,
was he?
no, I think he
Because I
just
think
had a great
during that
game.
span he had a great stretch there.
Yeah.
There was this stretch where before he got injured, and before that, what, 40, 50 plus game, he got injured. I mean, he got injured, but he had a good stretch there. So I was thinking, was there a player that got injured as well from the
I think
starting
it
five?
was Devin Booker. Devin Booker got injured there, if you remember. I'm not remember I don't remember exactly what injury, but Devin Booker got injured there. So he when Booker gets injured, he gets much more minutes because Mikal sometimes shifts to the shooting guard position and then he gets to the small forward position. But again, he's being overlooked. He's being overlooked in a lot of drafts, and I think he's a guy that you can consider. But he's not Clay Thompson level. Even if Clay rests some
Not
games here
yet.
and there, not in that level
Not
because Clay. Clay can still shoot better than Cam Thompson, and shoot more, and has a bigger role than Cam Johnson.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, that's Phoenix. Any bust here, potential bust, given that pretty much
Uh
everyone's
well,
sure Chris Paul.
Chris Paul is going 30s. I think that's just right. Okay, I know he's old. He's 38. So that is a possible bust only if he gets injured, which is not being fair to him. No, so we
Is
don't know that.
Chris Paul
Uh,
going 30s potential bust, more of a potential bust, or more of a potential sleeper? Sleeper, quote unquote. Sleeper because, he's always what? Overachieved, or we've always ranked him lower than what he can still do.
I think he's more of a potential 30s, no. I think he's more of a potential sleeper than a bust. He's been able to help his body. You know, he's been able to take care of his body. So I think the odds there are good. Unless he gets a freak injury like what he had last year, the hand thing, which is a freak injury. He just got hit somewhere, not really a hamstring or a ACL or whatever. So I think at 30s, even if he plays 80, 75 games and he regressed from his old Chris Paul self because he's getting older, he's still gonna be in the top 40, 45. So that's not a bust if you picked him in the 30s. He might not be the 30s value, but still, he gets 40s to 50s value. Worst case scenario if he stays healthy. But in regular scenario, if he doesn't get hurt, he's gonna be a top 25 guy. So
Because I think the
so
only
still,
thing stopping managers from picking him is his age, right? Knowing
yes,
that
yes,
he
his
is
age.
what, 36, 37, 38,
He, he's 38. He's 38
right?
by the start of the season.
He's
So
probably the oldest player who's still fantasy relevant, and considering that he's what, that being
LeBron,
drafted at the 30s. LeBron's
LeBron,
what,
LeBron, and
37, right?
no,
36.
LeBron's older. LeBron's 38 also. LeBron's 80, 84, 1984. So 38. LeBron's turning 38 also.
So yeah,
Chris Paul is gonna turn 38 in his next 37. They're almost at the same age. Chris Paul and LeBron.
all right. So both those
So both
guys
of
are
them.
beating the odds in terms of the longevity and the uh, effectiveness of playing basketball.